guys, it's DJ from Float Fishing Connection, and today I'm going to show you all about the Basecamp Aquacube water heating system. My family and I, we like doing a lot of camping, and everyone enjoys a shower every now and then, especially when it could be sometimes sweaty up at camp. So this little contraption makes washing dishes, washing your hands, and taking a shower a much easier endeavor with a lot less rigging, since it's an all-in-one system. So I ordered this off of Amazon. I believe the suggested list is from $3.99 to $4.99. What we're going to do is get to unpacking the unit and showing you the individual components that come with it. So I'm going to take the small stuff out and show you the big thing first, and then we'll go to the parts that hook up to it. You may notice it comes in this very convenient carrying case. It looks like a soft-sided cooler, and you can fit everything and a little bit more inside there that you would need when camping. This is going to stay up at our camp, so we won't be transporting it, but you never know. The need may arise one of these days if we decide to go camping somewhere else. So I'm going to take it outside of the packaging, show you the main unit. So what we have here on the front of the unit is a dial and a series of buttons, some connections. There's also a spigot so that you can wash your hands and or wash dishes off of this. And there's a selector switch in the front that controls where the water is coming out of. On the back of the unit you have an adapter connection so that you can connect into your house power to recharge the battery that's internal in here, and you also have there's another connector that will allow you 16 foot of length of cord so that you can hook it in your 12 volt in your vehicle and charge it off there, or run it off there if you run out of power and you still want to continue your showers. This is a connection for your 1 pound propane, and the first thing I did was email Mr. Heater and ask them immediately, can I put a little buddy, which is the space heaters they sell, can I put a little buddy extension hose adapter that goes to a 20 pound propane tank to not have to deal with these 1 pounders, and the answer was yes. So that was happy with that, the fact that you can run a hose and run it to like your gas grill propane tank and get a lot more use out of it and not have to blow through these things, because they're not cheap to have to continually buy these. Now ideally you're not supposed to be doing this indoors, and we're not going to be running it very long, but there's a risk of carbon monoxide, so you wouldn't want to use this indoors. You'd want adequate ventilation. They do advise not using it under high winds, that it's in a shielded outdoor environment. Okay, so the accessory wise, it comes with a cord that you can connect into your house power to charge the unit, and I will show you what it looks like when you do that. So when you have hooked in the adapter to charge it via your house power, and you turn the power switch button on, you'll get this charging indicator. What this is telling you is that whatever water is left in this system right now is currently at 70 degrees, and according to this dial, the output end of this would be pumping out 76 degrees. These are false readings because I haven't run any water through, but if you're using this unit while rustic camping where there's no power supply, main power supply in the form of AC, it can be run two ways. If you thought ahead, you can recharge it at home, and there's a rechargeable battery internal to the unit that is said, according to the owner's manual, to be able to give you the amount of power necessary to do 4 showers. 4, I believe, 5-minute showers is what I understand from reading some of the reports on the forums of others that have reviewed the product. If you're out and about and you have your car nearby, it does come with a 16-foot 12-volt cigarette lighter receptacle that you can use to plug in into the rear of the unit and charge it in this way. There's two plugs, one on top of the other here. One is red, always mixed. The red always goes to red. That's your power. The other one, the other port, I'll show you in a second where that goes. Now this is, like I said, a 16 foot. So immediately I thought to myself, well, 16 foot seems like a lot, but when you're car camping or you have your car nearby, you may have a tent in the way, there may be some other obstructions in the form of trees or whatever. You may want a additional length that, you know, when you figure there's probably going to be 3 or 4 feet that are inside your vehicle before you even get outside to run it to the machine. So what I did is I ordered another plug up, and I ordered an adapter via Amazon, and I soldered it and then used heat shrinking tape. And so what this is a female adapter, so that I can use the original 16 foot, plug it into here, and have an additional 16 foot of cord length to run to the unit. Oh, I'm sorry, to this end would run to the vehicle, and that would give me a total of 32 foot, which I feel is probably plenty for what my needs are and how we're going to use it up at my campgrounds. Alright, you also get supplied with the unit a shower head hose. Okay, the shower head hose has a on-off switch on it, and it also has a regulator for the type of spray pattern that you would want on the head. So that's rather convenient. And this portion of the hose connects into the front of the unit, and it's spring loaded, so you just push it in and until it pops. There you go. And now it's in and secure. The next thing that I'm going to attach to it is a 12-volt pump, submersible pump. Since this is a self-contained unit, they've provided a means to get the water into the burner. And that is going to connect right here. Okay, and then this portion, you have your water inlet where the water's fed in from wherever you're going to submerge the pump into. The pump is fitted for a particular style of water container, so that if you wanted to connect it directly to a water container and then open up the vent on the top of it, it'll suck the water right out. Or you can take the pump, and it says this side up. You can submerge it on its side, as long as this side is facing up, and it'll pull it from like a dish pan, a dishwashing pan, a Tupperware one. Or you can put it down, feed it right into a 7-gallon water container, which is what I have here on the floor. I'll show it for the camera. I have one of these water containers, and I'm going to, I've widened the mouth a little bit because initially the pump wouldn't fit in there. I'm going to take the pump and just submerge it, and I have this probably just under an inch underneath the lid there. So now it's completely submerged in the water. The other connection you have to make is right here, which connects into the back, and what that does is feed power to the pump. Okay, so I'm going to reorient the parts of this so that I can get a better shot picture for you guys. Okay, now we're going to fire up the Aquacube Base Camp portable hot water camp shower. How we're going to do that is we're going to press our power button, and if this had charged for a full 4 hours, this battery would be all the way to the right. So the first step is to check to see you have sufficient battery power. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the dial and we're going to put it in the center, and this is your temperature. You're going to put it in the center of the bar. You're going to make sure that your outlet is selected to shower head. If you press it again, you'll see that it'll be the spigot, and we'll get to that in a second. But press it so that the shower head is illuminated, and you're going to verify that the shower head switch is in the open position, which is down. And it actually says you won't be able to pick this up in the video, but it says on here and off there. So down is on. You want to make sure, obviously, you have it in a direction you want the water to shoot out of, because as soon as you press the start button, it's going to go. So you press the start button, it'll start pumping the water out of the there you go. We got a little bit of a airlock there that the pump overcame, and then the next thing you'll see is that the fire starts. This is telling you that it's heating the water. So it's drawing the water in from the jug, putting it through the burner, and out the front into the shower head. And again, the shower head has a couple different adjustments for the type of spray that you're after. And the water, the water coming out is 118 degrees. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. And you can see that the temperature is starting to drop since I selected to a lower level. Now granted, the water temperature coming out is going to be governed by the water going in, because it only has the amount of capacity to swing that temperature a certain amount of degrees. You start with 68 degree temperature water, and you're going to get the ability to go up to 115 degrees or so max, which is plenty hot for a shower. And this water coming out right now is, I would say, at 99 degrees. It's warm, but not quite warm enough, so I can rotate the dial up a little bit more, and then it'll apply a little bit more heat, and whew, it got hot quick. So I would probably find the shower would be most comfortable in the 110 degree range, so on the lower end of the spectrum. Okay, so you can turn it off. If you turn the shower head off, you'll notice that your flame goes out. That means it's not heating because it's not pumping at this point. I'll show you the spigot on the other side. Okay, on this side of the unit, you have a dishwashing spigot. You can put a basin underneath here, or put this next to maybe an outdoor sink setup. And you're going to choose it to that. And there you go, you have hot water coming out to do dishes. And right now it's coming out at about 105, 104 degrees. If I want to make that a little bit more hot. Now, one thing I did notice about the spigot as opposed to the shower head, the flow rate on the spigot is quite a bit faster, so you won't get nearly the amount of rise in temperature out of it as you would as the shower head would provide, because it's a little bit slower rate, a little bit lower flow. But when I adjust this dial up onto the higher reaches of the spectrum, this is plenty water. And this spigot has a tendency to pump water out pretty quick. Can't wait to bring this up to camp and give it a test run inside our camper. I'm going to turn it off now, which actually if I press the start switch here, it'll manually turn off the pump and turn off the heater, but keep the unit on. Put the spigot away. I'm going to change this to the shower head outlet. I'm going to check my water. We got a good amount still in there. I read that some people have experienced problems with the shower head, turning it all the way up, having hot water or relatively lukewarm water come in and create a much higher temperature. It has an internal turn-off switch on it, so if the water gets too hot, like scalding hot, the burner won't fire up, and it takes some time before that switch pops back off again and allows you to use the unit to heat any water, just as a safety precaution. There has been some reports on previous generations where if that occurs too many times, that switch breaks, and then the unit is rendered basically as a pump and no longer heats anymore. So, but they said that they have fixed that in this generation, in the 2 that came out, and I'm hoping that that's the case with this particular unit. But all in all, this is exactly what we needed up at the camper. All right, so I figured some of you might want to watch me put this whole unit away back into the storage container, so that you can get maybe if you're inquisitive, you want to see what this looks like from all the angles, you'll be able to get a shot picture of that. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to disconnect this, and obviously it's got water in it, so you're going to want to drain that because you won't want to put it into the storage container. Turn it around. I'm going to unplug the power supply that feeds the pump, and I'm going to unplug the pump hose, and I'm going to drain out any water that may be in this hose. Get out as much as I can. Okay, and last but not least, I'm going to remove the 1 pound propane canister. Okay, so that's it. I'm just going to shake it a little bit just to make sure that there's no water that's going to seep out in the bag. So that's the unit from all different angles for you. And if you wish, I'll show you the underside as well. Really not much to see because this plate covers it, but inside there is the burner. Alright, that's the Base Camp Aquacube self-contained water heater and shower unit. Heading up to trout camp. Hope you enjoyed my review of this product. I'll have a follow-up review for it after we've put some time on it and maybe get 3 or 4 dozen showers through it and some dishwashing, so that we can give an accurate account of how durable it is, what we've experienced as far as if it has any weird characteristics based on our usage, and if it holds up well for us. So look for that follow-up video probably by the end of summer, maybe even later into the fall. And that's it, and thank you for visiting Float Fishing Connections YouTube channel. Hopefully this review will benefit you.